So, hey, you guys, how you guys are doing? I hope you guys are well. I'm just not getting up to start my day. And of course, as always, right? Well, let's say honestly, like sometimes I just get up and I do my thing. I start, my day. But I'm learning to be more in the present moment. I'm learning to be more in the day, the second, the hour, the minute. And so, of course, for the past maybe 2 months now, I've been waking up in a state of gratitude. And of course, just kind of like thinking about, um, you know, how I would like my day to go, as well as being thankful for the previous days. And so, either way, you guys, something really hit me this morning in my thought, and while I'm deep in my thoughts. And of course, I'm going to share this with you all because I do feel like everyone could benefit from this. And of course, this is two-in-one. When I come here, I feel like when I'm having conversations with you all, I'm having like a two-in-one, special because, some of the people I know, they come in here and they listen. People I know, in real life and stuff. And so off the internet, because reality is reality. And so either way, you guys, so for the past, I would say honestly, give or take, it's been about a good 2 weeks. And I'm trying to wait for these planes to go by. It's just like as soon as you start getting into some real tea, girl, the enemy thinks they're about to fucking distract you, and you're not gonna motherfucking distract me today, bitch, because I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm gonna do, bitch, because I had a good rest. Okay. And so anyway, they left. For the past, I would say 2 or 3 weeks on and off, I have manifested some excellent experiences. Let's say 97% of the experiences have been excellent. It's been beyond, like, whoa, okay, this is a good day. Oh, this is a lucky day. Oh, okay. But that little percentage of my experiences have been like, ugh. And when I say by ew, like, girl, I go into a gas station, y'all, and this is not the first one, but this is the one that really stands out to me because this is what made me, I would say this is what opened my eyes. And I won't drag this out, y'all. I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. And even if you just see the live in abruptly, oh, well, excuse me, but not excuse me. Please, because I'm going to get out what I need to say in the beginning anyway. So, I walk into a gas station, y'all, after just having like a good time, a kiki, ha ha, woo woo woo, And I walk into this gas station, and this guy's like me mugging the gas station clerk. He's like me mugging, bitch, and he's like watching me. He's not caring about nothing else going on, y'all. Like 4 other people walked in this fucking gas station, and we'll say 3 other people for sure, and he did not look at none of them. He looked directly at me, and this time it was a physical manifestation of something, y'all, because he pointed his finger and he said, "You can't be in here." I was like, what? I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, you can't be in here. And I said, why? And he said, because you opened up something, and you opened up a bottle, or you opened up a soda. Y'all, I'd never been to this gas station. And I said, are you sure it's me? And he said, yeah, I'm sure. So, bitch, I took off my mask, y'all, because I keep my mask on. I took off my mask and I said, are you sure it was me? And he was like, I said, I've never been here before. And he's like, oh, really? And I said, yeah. And I said, and he's like, oh, okay, never mind. I said, no, it's okay. And, I do what I do, bitch. I walked out. I said, it's okay. I'll go to another gas station. I walked out, y'all. And mind you, I was needing what I was trying to get to. And so on the way out, this homeless bitch was like, hey, oh my God, I thought you for a minute was my friend Marissa. And I'm like, Marissa? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, y'all, like, I'm just like out of it because I'm just like, all this shit happened so fast. So while I'm in, my car, with my friend, we're just talking about it. I'm just like, so Marissa has the same hair color as me. She has the same body as me, the same skin color as me, and the same eye shape. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I was like, this is something going on. And like I said, things go on and spirit is like, pay attention. So after that experience, y'all, I want to say like 2 or 3 days later, I'm driving at night and somebody turned their high beams on right? Mind you, the speed limit is 65. Yeah, I've already had like 3 speeding tickets. I have to go to driver's school and fight that. But we'll say that's been in the past like 7 years that I have to go to traffic school and fight that shit. So it don't be on my record. But either way, somebody's coming up on me and they're like with their high beams on, y'all. Mind you, I'm going 65 miles per hour because it's a mountain hilly ass place, but you can't be going fucking 100 and shit on a fucking hillside, bitch, and you flip off the fucking side of the mountain. Hello. So y'all, I'm driving and then this car just speeds up and turn their high beam on. So I was like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? And then some say, okay, get over. So I got over and I said, no, fuck that. Bitch, I turned my high beams on. And girl, the regular lights are bright as fuck. These are halogen fucking light bulbs. So bitch, I went on my high beams. And when I turned on my high beams, it scared the fuck out of them to where they got over. And I said, I want to see what they look like. Cause bitch, if it's gonna be a boot out, a toot out up on a motherfucking high, it's gonna be a toot out today. Bitch, I go up on them, I'm looking, girl, they're stiff as fuck, looking forward. Like they were scared. I was like, so that's energy. I like that go, y'all. I end up thinking, I said, there's one more thing that happened. I need to step back. I need to stop dealing with energies and people that I'm dealing with so closely because something was actually stated. And I think this is, also spiritual. And I'm going to, get into that a little bit. But I'm sitting here minding my business. And once again, well, something else happened before that, but I won't get into that. But, I arrived to a place with a friend. And as we get there, people are walking. And when I'm in a parking lot, y'all, I do not just step out. I let the cars go first, especially if you look like you're in a rush. And so I just, I let these people go first. And so this guy looked like he was in a rush. We're going to say some Pennywise looking ass motherfucker. Hello. And so he put his hands up like, go. And I was like, the fuck? So, bitch, I'm walking with this person, y'all. I'm ahead of this person. This person's still in the back. So even though they were doing this thing, they were doing it at this person more say, not me. But it still happened because I'm with this person. And so I'm walking and I get to the sidewalk. The person's still in the street. And this motherfucker start revving his engine like he's going to run somebody over. And in my mind, I'm thinking, so basically you're threatening somebody with your vehicle. So I stood there and I waited. And then, that's when the person finally got on the sidewalk. And this fucker that was driving, girl, he's smiling, he's grinning. Like, he was like, this is a good experience. So it kind of pissed me the fuck off. Like, bro, you're in a car. These are pedestrians. What happened if you would have revved this engine and would have killed this person? Right? This is what I'm thinking. This other person I'm with, y'all, and this is no shade to them. They're like so out of it. They're in a La La Land. They're just like, just so giddy about it. And I said, and I think that's what pissed me off even more because I'm just like, we got a message or somebody. And then maybe it's me. Maybe I'm in my own feelings and I'm just like, but what would I be in my feelings about? I'm not upset about anything. I'm not feeling I'm not having any type of energy with me. Like I'm not, so I'm like, what's going on? So I was like, I'm going to step back for a week and I'm going to see what is going on. And even the person I was with, they mentioned, I've noticed that, and this has nothing to do with this, but I do feel like spirit move. I think spirit is behind all things. And they said, I've noticed you've been more attentive and we've been hanging out more. And they said this a couple of days ago. And so I'm like, it's something with this energy. It's something with this mindfulness. It's something with this thoughtfulness. It's something with this. Because by myself or with other energies that I feel like people who are on my thought process, what I mean is that we're not thinking about aggression. We're not thinking about strategic stuff. I'm not in a state of war. I'm not in a constant state of defense. There's a whole bunch of science behind that. I'm not in that state. I don't feel like I'm in a fear. I don't walk in danger. I don't feel like, I'm going to be attacked. And this is even being a trans woman of color in America. I don't feel like people are out to get me. But I think what happens is when some people are in that state, right? Because your thoughts is your reality. It opens them up to experiences and people who are with them start to experience that and as I said, even take responsibility onto myself. I said, well, maybe it's because I'm paying more attention to what's going on around me. I always pay attention to what's going on around me. I'm a woman in America. I'm always paying attention to what's going on around me. What it is that things are manifesting because people's thoughts and their energies are either everywhere or some things that really have nothing to do with me. And because their thoughts and what they see and what they feed their mind with is so different from mine, it's attracting these experiences. And because, like I said, I am paying attention because I am aware, because I'm conscious, because I'm this, I'm that. I'm seeing it and I'm calling it out because, like I said, even thinking about it today, y'all having a good rest and waking up, I'm like, that revving of the engine had nothing to do with me. I could say the gas station experience definitely had like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But I'm like, I feel like that was me to pay attention. That had nothing to do with me. Okay, going into the light thing. Okay, we said that's not anybody's energy. That was just somebody being a dumbass asshole. But I think that spirit is telling me to pay attention to the things that I do and the things I'm around. I mentioned this before, and I really stand on this, y'all. Me having a platform, social media platform, me being on the internet, I never wanted to be that energy to instill fear into people. I never wanted to be that energy to make people feel uncomfortable about who they are. I never wanted to create a platform to fight because in reality, I feel like I fought my whole life. So I did not want to come to this type of space or place to be in that mode. And so because people that are hurt try to hurt people, a lot of people on this internet, they shouldn't be here. These people have no sense of self. They have no sense of self-confidence. They have no sense of self-identity. And so they come together with other people who have no sense of self and no sense of identity. And now it becomes a militant. Right? These people are like a militia. Now it's the Democrats versus the MAGAs. And to me, all that shit is stupid. And I say that respectfully. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a MAGA. I think you all are stupid. I think you all have lost your fucking mind. I think MAGA people and Democratic people, just like I think some of you are very intelligent. I think some of you are very high spiritual. That's MAGA and Democrat. For me personally, I don't have a dog in that race, so I don't care for those conversations. Ultimately, as a spiritual person, if something was to ever be passed that affects me personally, I'm going to do what I have to make sure that I'm still good. So when it comes down to that, I don't care about that. I'm not spending my day and my precious seconds living on live. Now, see, if I was like a political figure, I could see that. If you're in politics, like you're a mayor, a governor, a council person, a congressperson, your mind should be fixated on the rules and the laws and what you can do to protect yourself. As a what they call a civilian, unless you're gonna do something about it, it has to be mental psychosis to engulf yourself in these constant thoughts. And even going into that with social media has taken away people's identities and sense of creativity, and you see it. People that were once creative and had an individual energy about them, they're starting to blend in with other people. They're not standing out no more. People who had their own ways of speaking, their own ways of talking, their own uniqueness that drew people to them, it's starting to change. It's like, damn, like, who is this person? And although people will say, well, the current state that we are in this country and this and that, I'm just like, but that's not you. That's not you. This country has always been a fucked up ass place, respectfully. This country has always been disrespectful to people of different groups. That's where the oppressed come in at. So it's never been a peachy good country in that, as far as that go. So while all of a sudden, when energies are getting heavier and people have the ability to become rich or become anything they want to be, right? Because that's what they always taught us. Now all of a sudden, we're getting bombarded and we're getting advertised bullshit. Oh, you got to worry about this. You got to worry about that. Oh, they're going to be no King's Day. There's going to be. It's just like, girl, why are people so obsessed now? Girl, I think even during the motherfucking 70s, we had government officials and we had people who were in office that did fucked up ass shit over there. We'll say even governors and shit of states, like in Illinois and shit. Nobody was that obsessed with it. They paid attention and they kept it pushing. And of course that changed. They didn't have to come out and do the shit that these so-called new people think they got to do. And so for me, I'm like, that's where it's at. People's thoughts are becoming their realities. People are watching things. They're watching social media and they're not just taking information. They're saying, okay, good to know, let's keep it pushing. They're becoming obsessive with it. And psychologically, and you can look this up yourself, if you don't have a psychologist or therapist, online, any type of interactions you have with people, whether it is real life or fake, it ultimately affects you psychologically. And a lot of people are affected by what's going on psychologically, not even just the political stuff. A lot of people get affected by, and once again, I keep saying this, people, oh, I don't do, my hair, my makeup, my nose, my hair is for anybody. I do this for me. That's not true. Everything you watch, and I could say this as a person who's authentic, and I think I'm unique in my ways. I don't think I copy anybody. I like going against the grain. I think I'm just a weird person in that sense, to where I don't care to match. I don't care to look good for people. I don't care to be, what's in season. I'll wear summer clothes in the wintertime. I'll wear winter clothes in the summertime. It depends on how you wear it. That's me. I do what the fuck I want to do because I'm myself. I'm unique. I'm different in every way and every shape. I'm not like other people. I'm similar, but I'm not like. Okay. And so I think what happens is people get so caught up in that. And now it's, I got to fix my teeth because I seen people with better looking teeth. Now I have to this, I have to that, I have to this. And I know that to be true, y'all, because there's people I know, and this is no cheater shade to anybody. I know several people, but the ones who are glued to the social media platforms, oh girl, now they're talking about people looking like them. And I'm just like, girl, what? Like, where the fuck is this coming from? Or they're saying this and saying that. Some of them never wanted to be blonde. Now they want to be blonde. Some of them never wanted to put contacts in. Now they want to put contacts in. And I'm just like, why all of a sudden? Because of social media. Because of social media. That's why. I think as we get older, we change as far as likes and dislikes and who we want to deal with. But I think our personality traits, our characteristics stay the same. Anyone who's known me for a long time, my mother, and even a best friend of mine who's been around me for a long time, they can tell you my words have got a little more vulgar because I'm at the point where I really don't give a damn. And I'm going to tell you how I think. And if you don't like it, keep it pushing. I'll keep it pushing. I'm not going to lose no sleep at night in any way, shape, or form. Hello. I'm not going to lose my sense of identity or freedom. But my personality has not changed. I'm still the same dorky, weird, out the blue person. The things I liked, we're talking about like, I like to sit down in my alone time and do like arts and crafts. I'm still doing that, y'all. Like when people are completely changing, like, I don't like red hair, now I want red hair. I don't like blue hair, now I want blue hair. I don't care for this. I'm not trying to please people, but it's like, so what are you trying to do? Because this is not for you. This is for you. In my mind, this is for you. Before you got this far, you would have changed it. There's people that get braces and stuff when they're 16, 17, 18. There's people that get, things done at a certain age. What would make you be in your midlife crisis or your age where you're like, hey, or social media is like the main part of your life to now you want to change. Now you're like, hey, I want to get my boobs. I want to get my ribs from it. It's like, wait, what? Where did this come from? And of course, people are entitled to who they are and people are entitled to what they want to do. But it makes you really think like, damn, what's going on here? So the bottom line to all this, and this is where I'm going with this, is that how you think becomes your reality. I think that is very imperative, y'all, because this goes into even going back into work that I'm doing with some people. Spirit always gives the answers as well. So I'm doing workings with somebody and we've done readings and we've done, spiritual work and stuff. And they're just like, why is this work not working? Right. And I'm like, well, it's working, but what they say, wisdom is trying to catch up to you, but you're moving too fast for it. Or you're running so fast that wisdom doesn't have time to catch up to you. Or what you're chasing is also chasing you. Or what you want also wants you back. Right. And this is my philosophy that I've always thought. That's why I don't believe in like overdoing things and change yourself for anybody. I don't have to change my hair shape, my hair color, my body type to attract any man or woman that I'm into. I don't have to do that. I feel like whoever I am, whoever is attracted to me is going to like me in that moment. And then also when I change, they're also going to still like me because that's what love is. Love is unconditional. It is divine. And that's something too people don't understand. True love is divine. It is not labeled. It is not mundane. It is not, you got to be 6'2" with a 10-inch dick. That's not love, babe. That's less. That's artificial way of love. Love is I like this person, I like their energy, I like their vibes, and this is what I'm into. Whatever they got going on that's outside of what I'm looking for at this moment, if it's changeable, we could change that together. But of course, these are discussions that you have. And so either way, what I with this person, so they literally was like, hey, what's going on? And something's not right. And it just feel like the more they want it, more things are coming up against it, y'all. And I'm telling you this right now. Spirit was all like communication. And I always got this y'all, but I was like, maybe like she's not telling him what she really wants. Maybe he's not telling her. And I'm just like, what is it? Because a lot comes up, y'all. When I be reading people, and I tell you this, when I give readings, like a lot of stuff come up, like a lot. It will be maybe things that you're currently experiencing. Maybe it's past tense. And so to get into that, y'all, you have to like filter all that shit out. And that's a lot. It takes a lot out of you doing all that. And so communication will always come up. And I'm like, he's not communicating or she's not communicating. And then she would tell me her side, but I would say there's two sides to every story. So I literally told Spirit, when I do this reading, I want to see both perspectives. I want to see what is possibly not being received on both ends. And communication came up again. And I'm not going to go into it because I did not ask this person permission to talk about their situation. But right here in this moment, y'all, where I'm like, so, I'm asking my question. So is it that you're not this and that? She's like, no, he communicates. And I'm like, so it's something going on with you then? Because somebody's not communicating. And they said it. Like, well, I'm assuming that he's aware. I know he's aware of this, so I'm assuming this is what he knows. And I'm like, bingo, this is what it is. It's communication. He doesn't know for sure that you're not going back to A, B, C, or G. In his mind, he's like, why the fuck am I going to be the sole provider for this person if they're getting it from other people? Why am I going to be the main person? What makes me better than all these other people if they're going to these other people for help? Real men like to feel like they're needed. Real men like to feel like they're wanted. Real men love to feel like you could depend upon them. When you become an independent person and you feel like, hey, if I don't get it for you, I'm getting it from the next. This man don't trust you 100%. This man doesn't like you 100%. This person's like, well, why the fuck is this person talking to me? And that's what it is. And so with this, it became very, very clear that that's what it was. Is that the communication was, I'm not going to completely let go of this support or this energy until I know that you can completely take care of me and mine. It's just more so, well, this is what it is, and you're not going to stop that. And so they're not, like I said, they're not showing up fully the way they want to show up. Okay. With that example, going into this whole stuff, y'all, our thoughts become our reality. What we settle for will get the best of us. It's okay to definitely be aware of the world and how things are moving. But I think that when people start thinking, oh my God, this could be me, I think that's a dangerous line. I think that becomes a dangerous area. Like I said, for me, I don't know how we'll say the people who do not believe in their spiritual powers and gifts move. I do not know how unspiritual people move. I do not know how people who do not have faith in a higher power move. I do not know how atheists move. I don't know because that's not my mindset. But I know as a person who has a spiritual mind, a person who believes in spiritual power and something that is greater than me and bigger than me and anybody that I've ever seen with my physical eyes and the unseen, I know that all things works out the way that they should work out. And so I'm never going to watch a media page or someone tell me that something is going to go down and it puts me in a state of fear or a state of worry because the higher power I lean on to. I think that when people aren't in that state, I think that it shifts their vibrations and their frequencies because we're getting into the law of attraction. And whether you believe in that, I believe in that. And the law of attraction says that your energy will always correspond with other energies. What is going on in the inside is going on the outside and vice versa. And so what you're thinking constantly, you will attract those experiences to you, whether you are aware of them or not. because I am aware of all things around me. When I'm with somebody that is in a state where their thoughts are not high vibrational or their thoughts are not on the same level as mine as far as manifesting and being driven to get your goals accomplished, I start paying attention to that bullshit. We're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And that's what is going on. And so respectfully, I said, what I have to start doing is the people who are not on the same thoughts as me, because I have family like that. And of course, you don't end families and also even people that you've been friends with for years, like 10 years stuff. You invested energy and time in that. You're not just gonna be like, okay, girl, we're too different. God bless you, take care. But it's like, I think it's gonna be so to where now it's going to be only a certain amount of time that I interact and I deal with until I start seeing changes in the mindset. Because it's like, at the end of the day, our thoughts attract our experiences. And like I said, I'm not in a fucked up state. I'm not in a state where I want to like fight people and stuff. So why am I attracting that energy? And of course I was like, well, maybe somebody is sending energy my way. Let me go in and find out. No, nobody's sending fucking energy. And if it is not getting to you, you're dealing with people because you're magnets and the people you're around also brings in. You're dealing with people that are not in that state. And another thing too, I've been such in this overdrive energy for the past 3 to 4 weeks that manifest. That amplifies other people around you as well. And when I say around you, I mean like actually in your vibrations and frequencies and vice versa. That means you guys know each other well. You guys are, you've been in each other's home, like that type of closeness. It amplifies that. So because I'm so driven, I'm so open, and I'm saying God, space and opportunities, and I'm open to good things coming my way and this and that. I'm paying attention to all things because all things to me is normally a blessing. And because I'm dealing with people that are not seeing life as a blessing and every day is a new day. And today you're stronger than the previous day. And nothing that anybody else is doing or say is going to shift you off your motherfucking square because you believe in your own spiritual power and your own deities, your own ancestors. It's the opposite. So the energies are clashing. They're coinciding. And it's creating uncomfortable, weird ass experiences. And so, like I said, for me, moving forward in 2026, that's how it is. If we're not on the same frequency and vibration as far as thoughts go, and girl, I'm good, then bitch, it has to be every now and then high and by, that's it. It cannot be hours and hours and days and close because baby, the thoughts, the energies are off. The energies are clashing. And it's not saying that anybody else is wrong, anybody else is right. What I'm saying is you need people who are like-minded around you. You need like-minded people around you. Okay? And that's what that comes down to. Like-minded people around you. People who have the same, okay? The same goals, the same dreams. And if they don't have the same goals, same dreams, they have the same drive. See, it's not always about the same goal. Maybe you want to get married, maybe they don't. Maybe you want to be rich, maybe they don't want to be rich. That doesn't make or break friendships. I think that being driven and being having passion for what you're into, I think that's what separates people. I tell people, if I had a goal to complete, I would lose sleep for that goal. While there's other people that will lose sleep just to get high or lose sleep just to get fucked. Me, myself, and I will never lose sleep to get fucked. I will never lose sleep to get high. I will never lose sleep for anything that does not help elevate me. But I will lose sleep for work. I sure will. I will definitely cut off people and some things to make sure my goals are accomplished. That's how driven I am to make sure I have the life that I want to have. And so people who are not in that same state, I can't be around like that because we're not on that same energy. And that's okay. We don't have to be. That's when you find people that you want to be close with on that same frequency. But that's where it's at for me, y'all. And I hope that you all are getting into that state of awakening as well, where it's like, oh girl, yeah, it's nothing personal. It's nothing like I hate that person, this person hate me, but it's more so I believe in my power. I believe in spirituality. I believe in God. I believe in angels. I believe in my deities. I believe in space and opportunity. I believe that I can't be worried about tomorrow because tomorrow hasn't happened yet. And that'd be another thing too. And this one comes up for me. We're so used to giving people the benefit of the doubt that we don't give ourselves benefit of the doubt. A lot of people give other people more of a benefit of the doubt than they give themselves. I give myself the benefit of the doubt more than I give other people. And I think that's also what separates people. I think there's two types of people. Giving other people the benefit of the doubt versus yourself, and then vice versa. I believe in my potential. I believe in my possibilities. I believe in my probabilities. Other people, you get fidgety. I don't know. And then another thing too, and I always say this to you, I don't understand why people, and of course it's not made for me to understand because I'm not a captain save a whole back in the day. I tried to be that. I'm not that no more. But I never understood how when there's nothing going on, everybody is, fat shaming, body shaming, race shaming, sex shaming, religion shaming, hair type shaming, personality shaming, right? The minute something go down, and I know what happens because it put them in a state of fear, and they feel like they need some type of camaraderie. They feel like, oh shit, I can't do this by myself. Let me act like I'm blending in so I can also, bam. So now all of a sudden, oh, it's us versus them. No, bitch, it's me versus you. And it's really me versus me. It's really the new me versus the old me. That's really what it's about. It's not me versus them, because if they're fucked up, they've always been fucked up. And that's why I be thinking in my mind, like, wait, what's going on here? They've always been fucked up. And if we want to break it down, people who are rich have always been fucked up to people who don't have money. People who are white and rich have always been fucked up to people who don't have money. People who are straight and religious have always been fucked up people who are not straight and not religious. So it's like, why all of a sudden are people having like reality checks and waking up like, oh my God, they don't like us. Michael Jackson said it. They don't give a fuck about us. So why y'all so mad? Michael also said, look at the man in the mirror. You can't help yourself, boo. Why are you worried about other people helping you? And I did another thing too, where I'm like, if you really can help yourself, like this is where you come up with your own plan, your own rules, your own, if something go down, what you gonna do within your household, right? When you have a plan, you're secured in that, you're not worried about other people got going, because they're not gonna save you. And that's what I always say, and I'll continue to say, what was the Democrats at when I was hungry? What was the Democrats at when my lights are out? What were the MAGAs at? What was the Republicans at when I was hungry? What was the Republicans at when I had to meet with people that I didn't want to meet with to make sure I was good to pay for schooling and bills and all the stuff that I needed to fucking survive? Where was y'all at then? Oh, girl, I'm not going to say, oh, well, that's the past and I got to move into the future. Girl, fuck you. What is for me is for me. Who is with me is with me. If you're not with me, girl, we keep it pushing. I'm not going to support you just because you're trans. I'm not going to support you just because you're a Democrat. I'm not going to support you just because you're a Republican. Are we in the exact same mindset? Do we believe in space and opportunity? Because if we do, girl, that other shit does not matter. It does not matter how gay or how straight you are. It doesn't matter how black or how white you are. In the spiritual world, we know that energy is energy. So we're not concerned about what the executive orders are being passed. We're not concerned about if Nicki Minaj or Cardi B likes us, because I don't care what they got going on. That doesn't affect me personally. And I'm saying that, and I say that with truthfulness and holiness. Some of the people that you live with don't like you. Some of the people that you get your money from don't like you. Some of the people that you see on a day-to-day that say, hey, boo, they don't really fuck with you. But because that's not your business, it doesn't affect you. That's how I feel. Oh, bitch, I listen to these people because of their music. I listen to these people, or I watch these people because I like the way they move on the runway. I listen to these people and I like these people because I like the way they're a boss. They're independent. They're a woman that didn't let men dictate them. They're a woman that did not lay on their back to make sure they became an executive producer of a TV show. That's how I watch people. What they got going on personally and privately, I don't care, because at the end of the day, girl, there's people I love and care about that probably have the same mindset as them. And I say that respectfully. Experience is what brings us wisdom. Experience is what brings us wisdom. Experience is what brings us wisdom, which brings us power. I've had clients that paid my training ass some good money to help them bust their motherfucking load. Hello? And when in their real life, they voted against me. They voted yes on Proposition 8. They said, no, there should be no transgenders and this and that. They did that. And guess what? I didn't give a fuck because I was getting paid. I didn't give a fuck because, bitch, your dumb ass is in real life voting against me, but I'm getting all your motherfucking money. And that's how I saw it. So for me, I'm like, girl, it's either you make them or you break them. So it's like, you can't have both sides. What they say, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be against it before them. If you are in a state where you're completely Like, I don't fuck with anybody who's against anything I represent. I'm like, okay, yeah, bitch, more power to it. You're a business owner. You do your own shit, so you really can dictate and control who what you do with. But I'm like, oh, girl, me sitting here being a fanatic and saying fuck Nikki because Nikki has come for the trans kids, and I'm not a trans kid, but she come for the trans kid. And it's like, but Nikki is not my mother. She's not my political figure. She's not my goddess. Like, wait, what? Why am I upset about her personal opinion? Is that men should not be in sport? Like, I wouldn't care about that. That's her personal opinion. At the end of the day, girl, she don't pay my bills. At the end of the day, girl, she not getting my money. If that was the case, I really felt that way. But it's not going to change the fact that, and that'd be another thing too, where I'm like, girl, mamas and daddies and aunties and uncles will have the same amount of hate for you, and they'll tell you to your face like she will tell you. At least Miss Nikki is saying it in a broad sense. Like, let the kids be the kids. I agree with that too. Let the kids be the kids. Let kids be kids. I agree with that as well. Okay. But at least she said it broadly. Girl, some of y'all have family members that said they can't stand your gay ass. Some of y'all have family members that called you straight to your face, sir, boy, him. They called you Oscar straight to your face. And you still fuck with them. The fuck out of here. Bitch, and that's how we talk about with that mindset. Like, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If I'm gonna hate Nikki for having her personal opinion about what she has her opinion about because it's different from my own, then I need to have that for everybody. Girl, we don't like the same foods. We don't walk and talk the same. You know what? But I still like you because I like your personality. I like your identity. I love who you are. I love the way you express yourself. I love the way you talk. I love your little personality ticks and shit. So for me, it's not about what you do because, bitch, I'm sure you did things I don't agree with. I'm sure you still do things I don't agree with. But that's not my business. That's not my business. That's not going to make or break who I am. And that's where I'm at with that. Nicki Minaj is not going to break or make who I am. Donald Trump is not going to make or break who I am. None of you people are going to make and break who I am. When I came in this world, I was who I am. When I go out of this world, I'm going to be who I am. You're not going to make or break that. And that's what it comes down to. Stop letting people get into your brain and stop watching things that are fucking with your brain, because that's really where it's at. People's psychological is so fucked up, and it's like, so this is why you're stressed out. This is why you're in a state of fighting. And of course, because I am an empathetic person, because I feel energy, because I'm hypersensitive, I'm paying attention to these changes. Like, wait, something is going on here. And because I'm paying attention to these changes, spirit is like, this is what's going on. Because it's like, girl, wait, what? And of course, going into people, they're going to say, well, maybe it is you. I'll be willing to take that responsible, energetic T. I'll be willing to say it's me. In a sense of I'm changing, in a sense of I'm elevating. But thinking back on it and tapping in, because that's what I do. I tap in. As a reader, I've been reading the internet for 10 years in September. It'll be 10 years that I've been giving readings, effective, accurately, correct readings, might I add. I know energy. I know when things are not right, just like, you know, and even people that may say that, like, oh, well, baby, I read you. You thought you were, you know, lying about some things to me, and I knew what it was. Bitch, I'm not dumb. I know things, and we call it common sense. We can call it whatever, but things kind of in my bingo. So it's like, no, that's what it is that I'm paying attention. I'm aware. I'm in a protective state, and spirit is like, oh, you want to be protective? So catch this too then. And so now I'm catching the tea. Now I'm seeing, oh yeah, bitch, you can't be in here. Ooh. And it's like, wait, what? What? Excuse me. So is this my energy? And when I'm by myself or I'm with other people, I don't have those experiences. And the crazy thing about it is, y'all, and I'm just putting it in this perspective, y'all, and it's not about this, but it's about this. I'm a brown skinned woman. I've been with other brown skinned women and other, you know, people who may be like, oh girl, these are two black people, they gotta go. I never had experiences like that with them. In that sake of, bitch, well, maybe it's this time, like, well, yeah, but they saw me and a light-skinned person and I catch the tea. So it has nothing I mean, you would think that they'll be more upset and more irritated, more like attacking if it was from that angle, from two black people coming in doing shit, not a mulatto and someone who appears to be black. No, girl, that energy would get caught with that person too, and it's not. It's only with a certain energy. And I'm like, wait, what is that? And so, like I said, I know it is. It's the mindset. The mindset is different. Our energies, our thoughts are different. My thoughts is drive, conviction. Let me get my shit. Ba 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 ba. And theirs is probably there as well. But there's just also like, oh my God, I'm looking out for the MAGAs. I'm looking out for the Christians. I'm looking out for the anti-gays. And that's what it is. They're thinking about that constantly. And oh my God, is this the situation? Is this an anti-trans person? Is this person care about trans? This person, oh my God, yep, this is a MAGA, F Donald Trump. And it's like, oh girl, I personally could walk around like that. I don't care for that president, but honey, listen, the other presidents who are in office, I won't think about when Joe Biden was off, I won't think about him like that neither. So what's changing for me? And Joe Biden didn't give a fuck about Mia, Madam Merkaba. Hello. Kamala Harris didn't give a fuck about Madam Merkaba, Mystic Persia. Hello. Barack Obama didn't either. Girl, George W. Bush didn't either. Was I upset about that? No. You know why? Because my family and friends love me and they care about me. That's what's important to me. If things were to go down, those are the people that are going to have my back, not the president. The president's going to go into a bunker. They're going to hide away. They're going to let us all fend for ourselves. None of these presidents are Captain Save-A-Ho. And don't get that twisted, honey. None of these presidents care about you like that, girl. They care about their agenda and their movement and their growing as a system. They don't care about you as a person. So don't get shocked because it's a white man with red hair. Because that's really what it is. Hoes are upset because this white man with red hair don't give a fuck about you broke people with broke people problems. And bitch, that's what it is. Oh, girl, I can't stand him because he don't like, girl, so Joe Biden did? Joe Biden cared for the LGBT like that? Joe Biden came out person and said, and to my trans people, if somebody attack you, they're going to jail for sure. And y'all, just so you know, if you take out these trans people, because fuck what they're not saying, right? Hello? One of my sisters, she said they got to say it. Okay. So did Joe Biden come out and say, if y'all take out these trans people in America, you're going to jail for life? Did he come out and say that? Let's protect the dolls. Did Joe Biden come out and say, let's protect the transgender people? I would love to see these statements. Did Kamala Harris say, when I get into office, we're going to make sure you get double jeopardy for taking out trans people? Was Kamala Harris at a gay parade? I mean, fuck the dumb shit. Was she dancing? Was she growing a rainbow skirt, a carnival rainbow skirt, shaking it like boom, boom? Let's talk about it. Was Barack Obama doing it? That's I'm like, girl, y'all be getting y'all shit fucked up and twisted, girl. Girl, ain't nobody gonna save you, babe. You gotta save yourself, okay? Nobody's gonna save you. You gotta save yourself. Nobody, Jesus is not coming back to save you. Baha'u'llah's not coming back to save you. You gotta save yourself, babe. Okay, you have to save yourself. You have to keep your mind right, your body right, your physical body right. You have to keep it all right. Anyway, I'm done, honey. I know I've been here too long. What time is it? Oh, what time is it, honey? I don't see the time. Oh, it's 10 on 9, bitch. I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go. Come on, early hearts. Hey, mister, come on in here. The presidents are good at making it seem like they're for whatever said, girl. You said it, woman, King of Sheba. And that'd be another thing, too. And that's how I be like, it boggles my brain, King of Sheba. Donald Trump is not MAGA. Jesus Christ was not a Christian. People want to be like Christ until when shit get real. And that's why they're like, I'm so confused. That's one reason why the Christian church is falling apart. Because Christ was still a man. Christ still allegedly dated a prostitute and a hoe. Christ still allegedly was hanging around with the pimps and the drug dealers and the crackheads shit. There's no shade with that. Going into Donald Trump is for his agenda. Donald Trump is a Gemini. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about you white Christians, you white Republicans, you straight Republicans, you gay Republicans, you transgender. They don't care about none of that. And that's why y'all all get a piece of his fade. He don't care about that. Y'all are in your own delusion where it's like, oh, I don't like him because he's anti this. He's anti everything that's not him, babe. And that's okay. He cannot be Captain Save-A-Ho. Could you imagine this straight white man, this rich, straight white man coming out and saying, hey, y'all, and by the way, I support the LGBT community and don't y'all do shit to, like, think about that for a minute. He's going to go for the first thing that his supporters and the people who endorsed him financially is against. That's the first thing, because that's what you do in business. But like I said, people who are not business minded, people who are not in that state of mind, they don't understand that. You, unless you're gonna leave this country, you have to deal with what this man is doing. To every day look at this shit and look this shit up and drive yourself crazy, it's crazy to me. That is psychosis. That is psychotic behavior. And there's no getting around that. Prepare yourself. If they're coming to knock on your door, do you got things to protect yourself with? Protect yourself. Prepare yourself. This whole I gotta go look at other dimwads and dweebs and dorks talk about shit they don't know nothing about. Like I said with Argentina shit. Oh, they went in and he got Maduro together. A lot of y'all didn't know what the fuck Venezuela's at. Some of y'all don't even speak Spanish. And y'all commenting, the spirit said that he gonna do this and this, that, and this gonna happen. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all just want shit to talk about. While at the same time you're worrying about what he got going on, guess who you forgot about? Your kids. Guess who you forgot about? Your community. See, because that's how I would fight it. If I cared about the political stuff and I cared about proving Donald Trump wrong to say that we all need to come together as American people, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out into my neighborhood. I'm going to cook food. I'm going to serve the people. Every time you turn on, you see me, I'm going to be having my people back. Ain't going to be no more people stealing from Walmart's because you know why? I'm going to be there and say, hey, oh, you need something out here, baby? Let me get it for you. That's what I'm going to do to show this fucker that I'm in unity with my people. Get on the internet making videos about it. Get on the comments and fighting with other dweebs and dorks about stupid ass shit that neither one of you can change. Because, bitch, you're not going to whoop this man's ass. You're not going to show up to the White House and check him to his motherfucking face. So you're just wasting your time and energy and life and years on fighting shit that you cannot change. And that is called serenity-less. That is called peacefulness. You are not having a peaceful life because you're worried about shit that you cannot change. And so for me, it's like, why am I going to sit and complain about this man? I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get the fuck out. Why am I sitting and complaining about this man? I'm either going to join the party. I'm going to stay far away from the party, but I'm not going to be checking in on him. And that'd be the weird shit for me. If I don't like you, I'm not checking in on what you got going on. I'm not going to be looking at you. If I don't give a fuck about, oh, let me see what they're talking about now. What we gonna do? The fuck out of here, girl. Find your own party. What you gonna do? Because when they come and get you, girl, just like that ICE took that lady out, girl, that's how it is for all of us. You're in this fight by yourself. You have connections with people that can invite and encourage you and all the shit, but you're by yourself. You're by yourself. And that'd be another thing too. On my team, I want strong people. Bitch, we all can't be insecure and confident with ourselves, insecure. We all can't be fucking, in this weak state. A strong team are strong individuals. Hello? Strong teams have strong individuals. And yes, strong people have weaknesses as well, but one of the weaknesses is not being scared. One of the weeks is not being scared. Maybe this person don't know how to type as fast. Maybe this person don't know how to put together words. Maybe this person don't know how to enunciate words. But each one has their own personal strengths. The thing with this online shit, you have a lot of weak people, girl. You have people that have mental problems that are not trying to get these mental problems fixed. You got people that got monetary problems that are not trying to get these monetary problems fixed. You got people that live in fucked up ass situations not trying to get that fixed. But because this is a trendy thing, let's jump on it. I don't give a fuck about trends. And I say that respectfully. It's trendy to do that. That's good for them. Honey, you be a follower. You be a beehive mind person. I'm not that person. I need boss around me. I need people who are kings and queens around me. I don't do followers. I don't do peasants. I don't do people that, I gotta lean, I gotta find, I gotta do, no. I like people who are themselves and who are unapologetically themselves. Don't ever apologize for having an axe. Don't ever apologize because you want to have brokenness. Don't ever apologize because you want to be a fat bitch. Don't ever apologize because you want to be a stanky bitch. That's your business, bitch. And that's how I am. I will never apologize for who I am. You will never say sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry that I'm this and that. Girl, fuck you and your mama too. And that's how I feel. Kiss my ass and lick it from the side. That's how I feel, girl, respectfully. And I've said it to people, respectfully. Bitch, I'm who I am, and there's people who like who I am. I'm not changing who I am to fit in or to get more people that like me. I'm okay with the two or three people like me over here in this corner. I don't need validation in my experience. I don't need people to tell me how beautiful I am every day. I don't need people to tell me how powerful and how sexy I am every day and how good looking I am every day. I don't need that. That doesn't inspire me. That doesn't excite me. That doesn't get me on. That doesn't toot my horn. What toot my horn is living my life and helping people live theirs the best way they can, the best way I can. I'm not here for the other shit. That's cute. That's dandy. I respect that. I love that. That's not my intention. That's not my end goal. At the end of the day, what is the end goal? What is the end game? What are we doing all this for? What are you doing all this for? Because you're going to be a Martin Luther King. You're going to be Coretta Scott King. You're going to be a big mama. Big Mama's been gone for 10 years and nobody really talk about Big Mama like that. Nobody really bring up Big Mama like that. So you lived your whole life, your whole 20s, your whole 30s, worrying about shit that you cannot change. And now when you get older, you're going to say, damn, I wish I would have used those years to actually focus on shit I really liked and care about. Exactly. But you're too caught up. Oh, I don't care for that person. Give that to yourself because I like that person. I like that person, honey. So, like I said, for me, that's where I'm at with that. Personally, business wise, that's not a personal connection. Honey. You can like what you like, do what you want. That has nothing to do with it. Personally speaking, I'm like, yeah, baby. If the thought process is not the same, if we don't have the same drive, the same passion, baby, it has to be every now and then moment. It has to be high and by. It has to be how you doing. Yeah. Okay, that's it, honey. It cannot be girl. It cannot be honey. Well, that's not really my tea. But I could sit back and watch you do your tea. Like, no, girl, no. You have to be in it with it. If you're not in it with it, girl, yeah, honey, you can stay at home there. You're not in the girl, you can stay in your little box then, honey. If you're not in it with the girl, you can be around people that excites them, honey. That doesn't excite me. That's boring to me, honey. Okay, that's boring. Okay, but every second on the minute, girl, what can I do to make today better than yesterday? That's what this is about. What can I do to make my life better? Today's a better day. Today's a bigger day. Today's a clearer day. What can I do to make sure that I'm good, that I retire good? That's the constant focus. Not I gotta watch because this may go down. So what you gonna do about it? You gonna burn a candle about it, or you just gonna sit and cry about it? Are you gonna meditate on it, or are you just gonna cry about it? And that'd be another thing too, where I'm like, it's mentally unhealthy for people to try to convince themselves on why they hate something, right? Like, I do not like green eggs and ham, and I'm gonna look up things to prove why I do not like green eggs and ham. Like, wait, what? So do you not like green eggs and ham, or you don't know if you don't like green eggs and ham? Because bitch, I know what I like and dislike. I don't need somebody to prove to me, oh, I knew this why I didn't like it. No, girl, same thing with any of that. If you don't like it, keep your distance from it. I knew there was a reason why I didn't care for green eggs and ham. And somebody just showed them eating green eggs and ham. When they were eating the green eggs and ham, they threw up, and I don't like throwing up. Like, wait, what? So you don't like green eggs and ham because you don't like it. You don't like it because other people don't like it. Respectfully. Bitch, I like things, I like things. I hate things, I hate things. Okay, who's that? Let me go, honey. Let me go fuck this up, honey. Look at this. Look at this, girl. Look at that. Look at this. Look. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Let me see what she gotta say, girl. Oh. Anyway. Anyway, God, let me go, honey. I was supposed to get up out of here 40 minutes ago. I feel like I didn't give myself an hour, girl. That's it. I feel like you can't really say what you need to say in 30 minutes, girl. I'll be having a lot to say, girl, in closing that point out, honey. And, I need a good hour to do that. Okay, so anyway, that's it. You're loving like good singers, really, King of Sheba, honey. The crazy stuff on the news, like what's happening, none is going to keep happening. Now it's going to keep happening. The millions of protests, now the world keeps going. You say it. And that'd be another thing, too, where I'm like, they want you to have this sense of, let's come together and protest. And if I say I don't have a problem with, let's say, Donald Trump, now I'm looked at as a Donald Trump supporter. If I say I have a problem, I don't care for trans people because a lot of trans people are traumatized. I do believe that. I'm going to stand on that. I don't care for, in the sense of, I got to be around other trans people to feel accepted, wanted, and needed. I don't have to look at other trans people because I look like them and they look like me. In my mind, in my opinion, I say what I say. And so, of course, I look like a trans hater. I look like I'm transphobic. And it's just like, but how is that possible? Like they say, Black people can't be racist. I'm like, I think they can, but oh well. So how can I be transphobic, bitch, if I'm transgender? Nothing's gonna change that. No sex changes, no identity changes. I'm gonna always be a motherfucking transgender bitch till the day I motherfucking die. So how the fuck am I anti-trans because I don't fuck with a lot of you? No, I'm anti-you, but I'm pro-me. I'm pro whatever I am, but I'm anti-you because you be on bullshit, you be on exposing, you be on scamming, you be transitioning just to get niggas dicks. That's what I don't be with. You be on that shit just because if you thought yourself as a woman, you wouldn't be out here exposing these men. A man is supposed to like a woman. The fuck? A man is supposed to like a woman. So I'm not sitting here upset at, you know what I mean? Or let me expose because this man want to play in my face. Why be with him then? Y'all know straight men are not going to come out openly and talk about y'all. It doesn't make sense to me. You cannot be abnormal and alternative and expect normal people to be also alternative and supportive. Like, girl, you know what you're doing at the end of the day, bitch. At the end of the day, girl, that's why a lot of girls became sex workers. You know that men want you sexually and you get your titties done and your ass done and your BBLs and your face work done to get these men to dick you down. And that's it. Let's not play stupid here, babe. If you really cared about men really liking you and loving you, you would just be you. You wouldn't have to do all this because at the end of the day, girl, he's into a chick with a dick. At the end of the day, he's with a man who became a woman. And there's no shade with that. And then to sit here and try to expose and read another girl down like, girl, you were born a man too. So you showing old pictures, like that doesn't make me feel any type of way. You look like that under that wig too. You look like that without makeup too. You look like that before you start transitioning too. And that's why you wear the makeup. And that's why you wear the wigs. And that's why you make sure you're dressed up when you get on camera shit. Because you look like that too. So that's not a read, babe. A read would be if I cammed up and I had 30 rows of teeth missing or shit. A read would be if I came up and I'm saying I'm the baddest bitch out there and I'm still looking like under Uncle Fester and drag. That would be a good read. But girl, I look like a pretty ass motherfucking nigga bitch without that motherfucking wig fucking 12, 13 years ago. What the fuck? What we really talking about here? Never slept on nobody's couch. Never slept in nobody's car. Never lived in a hotel room. Never but was out some without my name on it. Let's talk about it. So it's like, for me, that's where it be at for me. But I'm like, girl, I don't fuck with a lot of y'all because y'all be on some predator shit. And like you said with the protest stuff, that's what they be trying to put together for y'all. You need to find your groups of people physically and be with them. Those be the ones that be getting y'all together. And I will continue to say, white people are not calling CPS on y'all. White people are calling your job to get you fired. White people are not reporting your videos because you're a Black content creator. White people are not here stopping your bad. White people are not out here as actors or actors calling these production companies saying, hey, don't you work with Tiana Taylor because she's blah, 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 blah. Guess who would be people that be looking like y'all? And that's why I need to wake up to that bullshit and stop being dumb. Dumbfounded. Martin Luther King was not killed by a white man. Malcolm X was not killed by a white man. Hello? I need y'all to wake the fuck up and stop being so dumb. And they play on y'all ignorance because they know y'all ignorant. And they say these ignorant ass folk. So let's go and play with their ignorant asses. And that's what be going on. Like, y'all gotta wake up, girl. And then the news and shit, and it's the same shit. Oh, yeah, they're out here protesting. What y'all protesting for? Why not behind the scenes? Because y'all bringing attention to yourself. Why can't y'all just team up with your friends and family and say, y'all, we need to go off the grid. We need to go buy land over here, away from everybody. We need to build our own shit there, and we're gonna do this quietly. And then on the news, they're gonna say, "Hey, you guys, we want to report that 15,000 people has now gone missing in Peoria, Arizona. Where did they go?" And now people are gonna say, "What happened? What happened?" These people got a compound and they shut it the fuck up, and they got the way out of general public. They got the fuck out of general public. They wasn't mentally deranged and strange and mentally brain dead to be like, F Trump, but yet you still in his country. F Trump, but you still benefiting off his benefits and shit. If it's F Trump, girl, give him back his food stamps. If it's F Trump, girl, give him back all his shit, girl. Don't worry about the medical and everything, girl. Let him have it. If it's F Trump, girl, don't buy anything that supports the government, girl. Hello. If it's really that. If it's really that, girl. If it's really that, honey, let's come together. Apologize to your mama and your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your brother. Hey, baby, we're coming together. We got to survive this. But no, it's that people are so sick. We're in a viral moment. We're in a viral day and age where people have to have viral content. And viral content is the people who are posting it are getting views because you're interacting, so they're getting a check. And then you're going crazy privately and fucking telling people who know more about it than probably you do about what's going on. Like, bitch, I know what's going on. I'm aware of it. Elementary school, middle school, and high school, baby. I did not fail U.S. history. In U.S. history, I've always had good grades in U.S. history. B's and A's. And B's are not the best. But girl, hey, when you're there and you're a little distracting, you got a lot going on. We talk about this before and there'll be a lot going on. Girl, it's hard to get a motherfucking A in some of these classes. Can we talk about it? So it's like, girl, B is definitely good, but a lot of people are failing, especially a lot of people who looked like me. And in history, they were getting a C and a D and shit. And they become older, they start reading these books, and all of a sudden they're whizzes at U.S. history. Well, why didn't you show that in the school? If you're so smart and shit, what can I see your transcript? Why were you getting D's and shit? You made a D, you did a D plus, just to motherfucker survive U.S. history, girl. Now all of a sudden you're a U.S. pro as an adult to get a check from YouTube and shit. Like, girl, out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But that's where it be. So it'd be like, for me, I'm not watching that rage baiting stuff. I'm not watching that stuff to get people up in a roar. You know, something that really stood out for me as a little side note, because we're talking here and I'm really going to go, is this female boxer stud sitting there talking about this trans person in the bathroom, which, I mean, whatever, to each his own. This person in the bathroom, this male at birth person in the bathroom, and they were, you know, going out and people were like upset about it. And she's right, a man shouldn't be in the locker room. And the bitch was like, yeah, woo, whatever. But I'm sitting there looking like, who put this together? Who put this together? Why couldn't it be like a Tyra Banks? Why couldn't it be like a Megan Good? Why couldn't it be like a Nicki Minaj or Cardi B saying, keep these men out the bathroom, the woman locker? Why couldn't it be somebody put together and soft looking like that speaking? Why did they pick the roughest looking, like maybe she mad because this man might be in there looking at these women the way that she looked at these women? Like, can we talk about it? Like, why did they use this person as a poster child for that? And that's what I be thinking, like, who's behind all this? This is not normal shit. This is some rage baiting stuff. And that's what I'm saying too, bitch. I'm not looking at no content about anything and said I'm taking a side because you speaking right without me knowing your past. It be a lot of people, y'all have known. I noticed on these platforms. YouTube is one of them. I heard talking about they believe in Oshun and they believe in Odin and all sort of stuff, and then you find out they have a past of selling drugs and shit. Why didn't Odin bless you financially? Because, bitch, before I knew of an Oshun, before I knew of a Santa Muerte, before I knew of a Ganesha, before I knew of these entities, bitch, they showed up and they showed out. Hello? Can we talk about it? They showed up and they showed out, because I could have been that girl too. But they have this history, and all of a sudden, oh, this is the way to make money. Let me come out and talk about it. The same thing, like I said, with anything. Everybody on these platforms, they come out and they talk a good game. Hey, y'all, the United States government, and I know because I was a this and that. Well, can you explain to us why you're no longer that? What made you get discharged out of the military? Can you tell us the truth about that? Was it an honorary discharge, or was it something else going on? Because a lot of you pedophiles, you go in there. You go there. A lot of you perverts, you go there because you want to go to another country to try some new putang, and you steal the putang. Now, hello, can we talk about it? Or is that a little too sensitive for some people? Can we talk about it? And some people sitting here, and y'all, and they using AI and shit to get their answers. I'll make a video about this. AI said it, so let me talk about it. And now you got other dimwabs and dorks and saying, yes, I was watching this lady and she said that according to this or that, blah, blah, blah. And then they were trying to get combative with you. And one of my sisters tried to do it with me, girl, when I talk about a political thing that I was against a long, long time ago. That's why I didn't like the governor of California. And girl, she was like, well, that's not true. And it's not that. I'm like, no, it is what it said. And then, well, and I'm saying the exact same thing she's saying, but she's saying it a different way while she's reading. I'm like, no, girl, it is what it is. There's no way around that. So I'm like, girl, like I know we may comprehend things differently because we all comprehend things differently, but it's like, girl, it said what it said. That this is for anybody within a 10-year bracket to have sex with somebody within a 10-year bracket as long as they're all under 18. And if you're real nasty, it'll be 19. So that means a 19-year-old could do with a 9-year-old bitch. The fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about how. No, girl. It is what it is. Those are two. That's a grown motherfucker still. They have a platform out there right now called Wiz or something where there's like 13-year-olds and 24-year-olds on there. I'm just like, wait, what? What's going on here? So I'm like, girl, it is what it is. But people like that, like I said, they'll get the shit, they'll switch the shit around, and they'll be like, hey, this is the problem. And like I said, even with Nikki, I don't see Nikki having a problem with the LGBT community. She's talking about trans kids. That's not my fight. That's not my fight, honey. I'm not a trans kid. I don't have trans kids. And I'm kind of glad I didn't transition as a kid. Because a lot of people who transition as a kid, they got abused. It is what it is. So, bitch, for me, I'm like, yeah, honey. She said what she said. Why you grown people said about it, I don't know. Maybe you guys are, into that shit. I don't know. Maybe y'all, I don't know. Maybe y'all were hoping to get a little transgender girlfriend, a little 6-year-old transgender girlfriend, and you 19, and you were hoping, ooh, I can get the baddest one. I don't know. Maybe that's what y'all want. I don't know. But it's giving weirdo, honey. It's giving very tea. Another thing, too, that they be talking about, dolls and shit, girl. I was talking about that yesterday with my sister, like, the words dolls for what? Transgender people? Y'all don't look like dolls. On top of that, a doll is made out of plastic. Girl, plastic is like breast implants and shit. A lot of y'all don't even got breast implants, so how the fuck you a doll? Y'all got silicone and shit in your body. The fuck? I'm like, that gives me pedophilia. That gives me children. That gives me like, I'm not calling no grown-ass bitch no doll. And there is no shade with that girl. I'm not calling it up. They say that to little girls. Growing up, when I was, coming up, and I tell y'all this before, my family was very much like girls are girls, boys are boys. So the boys are very rough, gangster, military, boss. A lot of them were, drug dealing and shit. And the girls were pretty, hair, skin, everything looking good, nails done, just girl, pretty. They called them cute little girls, and she looked like a baby doll. Those are the terms they use for them. Calling a grown woman, whether they're a trans or not, a doll, I would never do that, girl. That gives me enabler of pedophilia. I'm sorry, not sorry. It gives me some weird vibes, babe. And I say that very respectfully, honey. Like, why not just, that model, that actress, that beautiful woman? Oh, protect the beautiful girl. Girl, the dolls? Girl, it is what it is. We were talking about this before. Well, this is a little side thing, whatever. I was talking about this with my sister, honey, who is, a lesbian. I tell you I love my lesbians. Well, I was talking about like who invented the word stud and butch and top and bottom. Because I'm just like, for me, if I see an aggressive looking woman, I'm gonna assume she's a top. Like, I'm assuming she's the masculine one in the relationship. And then that's what my sister was like, well, yeah, but there are some that are aggressive in appearance, but I said, oh, so that would be a versatile. And I was like, let me look it up. And I looked it up. So the gay leather community started the word top or bottom first, because top means dominant and bottom means submissive. And then after that, other communities started adapting. And I said, that makes sense to me. Why not just say I'm a masculine woman? Why not say I'm a dominant woman? Oh, she's a dom. She's a sub. Top and bottom, I'm like, that deals with penis and getting penetrated. A dildo's not a real penis. That's an artificial. So I mean, if y'all calling a man, even though he got it or she got a sex change, then a strap on is not really a penis. So you're still both bottoms. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. So it's like, for me, I'm just like, that's where this state is at. We're just all in a state of confusion, and it doesn't make sense. It's not making sense to a lot of us. And, it's okay. It's not made for that. But that's why we stay in our lane and we find people that are in our tea. Okay? It is what it is, girl. Protest your own shit. Protest your credit. Protest your family coming together. Protest your health. Protest the rights for your children. And I'm just like, girl, ain't no way. Ain't no way, girl. Ain't no way I'm be sitting here with bad credit and talking about what Donald Trump is doing. Fix your credit, bitch. Ain't no one sitting here. Well, Donald Trump said, what about your mom and your daddy, auntie, uncle? How do they make you feel? They make you feel better than Donald Trump make you feel? Can we talk about it? So you're telling me that Donald Trump just make you feel like you're just this weak ass person who ain't got shit going on, while your family and friends make you feel like you are that one? I don't think so. I don't think so, baby. Mystic, what prompted to make this video? Well, what prompted me to make this video, woman, King Sheba. Let me see, am I saying that right? Woman King Sheba. Yes, come on, woman King Sheba. What prompted me is I had a series of these weird ass experiences going on, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And so I'm sitting there having these experiences. I'm like, and it's something going on here. And I'm thinking like, something is going on. And so I had a good rest last night, came home, no drama, no distractions, and I fell asleep. I woke up, and when you wake up, whatever's fresh on your mind, in my opinion, is what it is. And so I wake up and I'm in my state of gratitude, and it's saying like-mindedness. And I'm like-mindedness? What is like-mindedness? And I start seeing all my experiences that I have for the past few days. And there you go. It has started coming to me. Like, bitch, you have this experiences, and you only tend to have this experience majority of the time when you're with a particular person. And it's because their mind is in this chaotic state. Their mind is in this warring state and they may not even know it, but they're in this warring state that when you're with them, they're attracting these experiences to you, and you're seeing it. So you're seeing it as me, and I'm not seeing it as that. I wasn't, but I'm like, in reality, I'm like, is there something going on with me? Because I was like, this is something going on. And it's like, no, it's the magnetic energy, because they're in that state of looking like, who is this? Is this I don't fuck, like everything is MAGA, Democrat, everything is this, is that, everything is, they're for the girls, they're against the girls. I'm just like, I could not imagine, like, oh my God, I could not imagine. Like, it's almost triggering for me. Like, it's almost like a spiraling effect for me. In the beginning of me first transitioning, I was afraid of people. In the beginning of me first transitioning, I was afraid because people are like, be careful because you're a target now. And when there's a lot of group of people, you could be mobbed. And especially men, your worst group, you're not your worst, but your people that are around you, that, when you see a group of men, your crowds of men are your worst situation to be in, right? This is what I'm being told. And I'm like, I believed it. I've seen it in the news and stuff. And so I thought to myself, oh my God. So I would be afraid, y'all. But in something, and I'm going to say not something, spirit, was I like, but somebody survives everything. Are you planning to survive, or are you planning not to survive? And if you're not planning to survive, then just lay down now and just be the sacrifice. If you are planning to survive, think of ways to continue to survive. Have a positive mindset, and you're going to survive. And I did, honey. Hello. And so for me, that's where it's at. I think that people are in this fearful state because they want to be there. It's not what the public is doing. Because, bitch, we can all blame that. Turn off the news then. But they're in a state of fear because they want to be there. And they're really honestly projecting onto other people. And because they're projecting onto people, now the experiences are coming in. And so their energy is, and I tell you, I'm very big on energy. The energy is, I may get attacked, so I got to be careful. There's certain places I can go to. There's certain times I can go. And this energy, when we're together, it amplifies, because I'm in this state right now where I'm like, I'm grinding. I'm like in this state where I want to manifest something. There's something I'm going to I'm open to manifesting, and this person's open to manifesting in a sense as well, but they're still thinking about terror. They're still thinking about war. They're still thinking about, oh my God, this might be the day. And there you go. And so it's amplifying the energy, and that's what it is. So I'm here speaking about this because I'm sure other people, you guys, if you deal with other people, you have encountered this, or you are encountering this right now, where you're like, damn, is something going on with me? Or I feel like every time I'm around this person, something happened. And you're not blaming this person per se, but you're like, something feels different. And that's how I'm feeling, where I was like, damn, like, is it this person? Like, bitch, what? And then today I got my confirmation. Not necessarily this person, but their thought process. Not necessarily this person, but we're like magnetic energy coming together. I'm manifesting good, and I don't care if my good comes from a Republican. I don't care if my good comes from an anti-trans person because I didn't transition to be seen as a transgender. Hello? I did not. See, and maybe that's where the line gets a little blurred and a little crossed out, a little contaminated for people. I am who I am, but I did not transition to be seen as a transgender. I did not transition to be seen as a transgender baby. I transitioned to be seen as a woman. Okay, hello? And so for me, that's where it's at for me, honey. Because see, when I was set up to get taken off this planet, it wasn't a Republican that set me up to get me off this planet. It wasn't a Republican. It wasn't a straight white man, a straight white woman that tried to get me off this planet. When that was the situation. Hello. When I go into a room and people see me, it is not a MAGA or it's not a straight white person that say, "Oh, that's a tranny." Be careful. Hello. When I am in need, it's not a MAGA that's blocking a bag or talking shit about me getting a motherfucking bag. Hello. So that's where it's at for me. You have your problems and you have your potential problems. Why talk about the potential problems that has not happened? Because you see other people. And that's that too. My fellow trans sister, I love her down. But there's sometimes we almost got into it really bad and I really almost told the bitch off and blocked her, honestly and respectfully. Because, honey, I'm just like, everybody's story is not the same. I also believe in the work I do. So it's like, girl, yeah, other girls could say, hey, I'm getting online. And who's to say this information is real? That's why I'm like, can you see the proof? Do they show their birth certificate? Do they show their ID? Because a lot of trans people in California who are not really trans, it's the face of them. They want to be that girl. So they want to go to DMV and get that gender mark changed just to prove they got that gender mark changed. They didn't go through the real process. They didn't go to a therapist for 2 years. They didn't go to a doctor to get prescribed hormones and be on hormones for 6 months and then take that letter to the DMV to get that shit changed. They didn't do that. So it's like, girl, that's their story. That's not mine. But now I know she's a transgender because how do you know? So you knew this bitch years ago. Why I never heard about this person? Why am I going to know about this person now? Why have we never talked about this person before? That's I'm like, for me, girl, that's crazy to me. To me, am I honest with me? That's crazy to me. I'm not sitting here and fighting about anything you got going on. Girl, they blocked you from getting your passport. That's you. If they blocked you from getting your this and that's you. And I said what I said. When my dear sister said that they were stopping the transgender from getting their gender mark changed and girl, fear mongering. And I be telling people, I feel like spirit be using people to try to get you together, but it don't work with me because I'm greater than the spirit within me is greater than any spirit that's in this room right now. Hello? The spirit within me is greater than any spirit that's in this motherfucking realm right now. Can we talk about it? And so they were like, girl, they're going to be changing back the gender mark. And for a split second, I was like, damn. So all this hard work I did, I got to go back. All this hard work I got. And spirit was like, girl, that's not you. That's not your story. Spirit is like, girl, that is not your story. Spirit is like, that is not for you, boo-boo. No, you're not. You're not. The girls might, but you're not. And so I said out my mouth the next time that me and my sister spoke, I said, girl, that's not going to affect me anyway. Or were you sure? Because they're removing it off the states online too, and they're making it toward the medical people. Oh, really? Well, to me, it's not going to work. And guess what? I have to renew my license the next month, y'all, because they expired in June. I had to renew my license. And she said, well, you let me know, kind of in a giddish way. Hey, girl, you let me know if they let you change your mark or not. I want to know. She was excited about it, too, to be like, girl, I'm right and you're wrong. And that's what it was given. And so guess what I did? I renewed the motherfucking license. And guess what? It came with an F on it. And then, of course, guess what her feedback was? Well, yeah, Newsom, blah, blah, blah. But okay, regardless of what happened, I knew that it was not going to affect me. Girl, this is 10 plus years in the making. This ain't no, I was a male until I was 21 years old and then I decided to transition and now I'm trying to get my female mark changed. Girl, this happened as a teenager. The gender mark happened just a couple months after I turned 18 years old, babe. Can we talk about it? Hello? So this is years in making. This man would have to go back and say, oh yeah, this person was born male. Let's delete that. 10 years plus in the making? 10 years plus? Girl, and we can even say 15 years to be respectful. 15 years. Can we talk about it? So that's where the issue is at, baby. Baby, I'm not like these girls. Like Kendra said, they're not like us. So, bitch, nothing that can be said and be done unless I know for sure that it's going to be applied to me will affect me. I see it what it is. I see what it is, and it is what it is. It needs to be regulated. And I've said that all the time, and I continue to say it. Being a trans person needs to be regulated. Everybody should not be able to transition. Honey, everybody does not really live that role. They just see it as a way of getting out of their reality. And I see that. I know a lot of people that were perverts and predators as a man who are now transitioned. Not saying that means anything, but what's the oddest thing about it is that you were a predator as a boy, you become a woman, and now you're a predator with these men. And that's what really be given. Let me catfish this man and think that he mean up with a woman. That's a predator. Let me send this man vagina picture to get his dick hard to get this dick picture. That's a predator. That's predatorial behavior, babe. That's predatorial instincts, baby. And you're telling me, as somebody on the inside looking at it and saying, fight and protect us. No, bitch, fight and protect me. Bitch, fuck the dumb shit, honey. Hello? Fight and protect me. Girl, this is not leaving. There's no implants coming out. There's no surgeons going back. There's no names being changed. There's never being nobody ever calling me daddy. Ain't no percentage on the possibility of anybody ever calling me daddy and sir. So, bitch, protect me. Bitch, popcorn, you look a little ambiguous. You're not really passing what you're blending in. Oh, girl, there's no protection. Girl, because now people are going to see that as a loophole. And they're going to say, you know what? Respectfully, we can protect. So if Tom could put on a wig, shave his face, put on makeup, and now because he identifies as a woman, he could be a woman. Let's open that for everybody. So now guess what? Now you got everybody's daddy, papa, and grandpa who loves women so much to say, I'm also trans, but I'm a trans woman that likes other women. And guess what? Because, you know, when you get a certain age, you don't give a fuck. Now they start transitioning, allegedly, because you don't got to have proof. You don't got to show doctor paper that you have been on hormones. You don't have to show none of that. You just wake up and go to DMV and say, I'm a woman, and get your shit changed. Hello? Now he's going into a woman's restroom because y'all protecting transgender rights in the bathroom. I'm not concerned about being kicked out of a woman's bathroom because I'm not clockable like that. Ow! Sorry, not sorry. Girl, if you're clockable like that, you should have always used that man's restroom, or you should have always used that unisex bathroom. And there's no shade with that. I'm not clockable like that. So I'm not concerned about using a woman's restroom. Hello? Respectfully, I'm not concerned about that. So, bitch, they can keep that ban on. I don't care about that. That doesn't affect me. Oh, we're not changing the gender box. Girl, I already got my shit changed over. Okay? And the girls that I'm trying to protect are the same ones that would throw me under the bus and get me killed. Honey, if they want us to silence the words, they get me off this fucking planet. Because it's been done. And that's why I don't fuck with the girls like that. The girls are jealous. They still have masculine, territorial jealousy ways. Men are very competitive. They're very aggressive. They're very much, I got to get rid of this motherfucker. That's why you hear of more men going out by other men than any other thing. The same thing with trans. Girl, they're very masculine when it comes to that type of competitiveness too. And not all of them, but the majority of them are. So, bitch, she's taking my money. She's taking the looks. Bam, she got to go. Or, oh, she's doing it. Let me do it too. Let me prove that I'm also that girl. Oh, girl, you can have that. Honey, we on to bigger, better things, girl. Girl, no shade. Have that, girl. I'll be willing to invest in what I'm looking for, honey. And there's no shade with that girl. So that I know I will have you beat by that. But it's like, oh, girl, you can have that, girl. You think we're on the same level as that, girl, God bless you. But that's where it's at for me. honey. God bless America. Hopefully you get your spirituality together. Hopefully y'all pray to your gods, your deities, light your candles, stay positive so that you get where you need to get to, honey. There's no collectiveness when it comes to your individual rights. There's no collectiveness when it comes to your individuality. And we're talking about, I'm talking to spiritual people. And that's where I be like, do I address some people as mundane or do I trust them as spiritual? Because I'm just like, I never met spiritually scared people. I never met spiritual people that are afraid of possibilities. I've never met that. So in my mind, I'm like, are you spiritual or are you mundane? Should I call you my mundane sister or friend or my spiritual mundane or my spiritual sister friend? Because like, girl, I'm going on a meditation. Girl, if Donald Trump right now came and said, hey, I'm passing a law on tall black transgenders who got implants, that if they got implants, bring them in and lock them up. My first thing is not going to be, oh my God, he's coming for me. Oh my God, they got it in the files that I'm a transgender and I'm black and I got big titties. Oh my God. The first thing I'm going to do is get into the work. The first thing I'm going to do is spirit. Let's get this shit done. Spirit. Let's get it here. Because, bitch, you didn't bring me this far to fail. You didn't bring me this far to go back. And that's where it's at for me. So it's like, girl, you can't be the dead horse. And it's what it is. Bitch, people have to get their own experience. They have to get their own way. They got to find their own way. And that's it for me. Like I said, 2026, I'm not about saving people. 2026, girl, you feel like your world is ending. Your world is ending, baby. God bless you. And I'm going to miss you. And I wish you the best. That's it, girl. But I'm not going to be, why would your world be ending? And fighting over that. No, girl, you think your world is ending. That's your business. Honey, 2025, I did that. 2024, I did that. I was Captain Save Hope 2024, 2025, and they got me nowhere. 5 people I tried to be Cap Safe Hope for, girl, in the end left me empty, broken, and with nothing. Hello? It left me in a state of being confused, and saying, what the fuck is going on here? So that's how it is for me, honey. God bless America. God bless you all, and find your peace within, honey. And that's it, girl. Find your tribe, girl. People who are like you, deal with that. They're not like you, girls. Keep your distance. Say hi and bye and keep it pushing. Girl, because we need motivation, we need inspiration, we need a support system in that sense of being propelled further. But that whole, honey, well, I got to throw a little salt on your part and shit. Oh, girl, I don't need that. If I want salt thrown on my wound, bitch, I'll watch the news. If I want to be in a state of fear, I'm not listening to the same bitch that's on the same level as me telling me about it, girl. I'm going to go follow a celebrity that's a fear-mongering celebrity. No tea, no shade. I'm going to type in on myself, what is going on in the world right now in 2026? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask. What's going on January the 12th of 2026? Like, that's what I'm going to ask. I'm not going to be like, let me go to TikTok and watch this other lifeless, low-life, high school dropout bitch with a fucked up credit score tell me about what she thinks going on in the politics, because she don't know more than me. Girl, the fuck out of here. Girl, grow up. Grow up, honey. Grow up, girl. America, grow up. let me go. I remember. Hold on, Jay. This shit a fluke. Okay. I remember a video of you saying the enemy will use fear for attack. Yes. A spiritual person hasn't been in their spiritual. Hello. People who are shaky, and I've always said this. People who are not secured and confident in their spirituality, the devil will use them or will fuck them up. But the devil will use them to fuck you up, honey. When you're somebody who's focused and you're determined spiritually, and that's why the law of fellowship, hello, and let's pull that out while we're in this conversation, because sometimes people just think I'll be talking outside of my ass, and maybe I'll be talking because I want to spew hate onto people, and I want to use words and shit as a way of spewing hate. Hold on. Let's pull up and I'm gonna read what y'all gonna see. The universal law of fellowship. The universal law of fellowship isn't a single formal law like gravity, but rather a concept emphasizing the spiritual and energetic interconnectedness of all beings. Whereas treating others with love, respect, unity brings blessings back to oneself. Echoing principles into the law, of attraction and divine oneness, meaning shared experiences, mutual support, and harmonious interactions create positive realities for everyone involved, rooted in spiritual teachings. With that being said, because I'm talking about the backside to that, is if we're all connected, that means that when you fuck with Tommy and Tommy have financial problems, you will start to get financial problems because Tommy has financial problems and you don't. And because instead of Tommy coming to you and say, hey, how can I help my finance? How can I improve my finance? Tommy want to wallow up in his finances and or Tommy is not smart with his money. You become affected by that because you hang with that type of energy because we're all connected. So it's the same with that. If I'm positive and pro-life, why the fuck am I dealing with people that are negative and anti-life? Why would I be watching your content? Why would I be subscribed to your energy? Why would I be subscribed to you if that's not what I'm about? Because we're all connected and you represent the darker side, the back side of me. You represent the old me. Why would I still be functioning on that level with you? Why would I bring you into my psyche each and every day? And that's what happens. It'd be a collide of worlds. My word is about positivity, uplifting, bringing up, connecting, evolving, being true to myself. And other people, their energy may not be that. So, bitch, we start to clash. And I noticed that where I'm like, damn, what's going on here? Because, bitch, I get along with a lot of people. I'm an interchangeable chameleon. Geminis are very chameleons. We can get along with any and everybody, girl. We could be in any situation and get along with it. A lot of times I deal with people, though, and I'm like, damn, why are we such in this clashy, debatable state? And it's like, because somebody's trying to prove to the next person that they're equal to them. Somebody's trying to prove to the next person that I'm just as intelligent as you are. Somebody's trying to prove to the next person that, bitch, I know more than you. And it's like, girl, that's never my stance on that. Because I don't give a fuck about you know more than me. Knowing more than me and having less than doesn't make sense. So that's never my debate. That's never my fight, honey. But I'm like, honey, using your brains in all areas, bitch, you can say that you're intelligent all day long, you're spiritually inclined, but I'm going to look back at your life. Like, so tell me the most intelligent move that you've done. And we can say the most intellectual move that you've done to this date. And that will tell me a lot about it. Hold on. Okay, I have to push my appointment back, honey, because I'm still in here talking with my people, girl. I said, damn, honey, let me call and push this appointment back. The crazy thing about it is they always use the lesbians. They've always done this throughout history. And that's why I always let it be known that I love my lesbian sisters, because baby, there's never hate between myself and any woman, straight, gay, it doesn't matter. But they've always used the lesbian women throughout history to attack the trans people to remind you that you're never going to be a woman. Because they, and I'm not going to get behind that because that'll go into a whole nother story. So I love the unity when I see lesbians with trans women, and vice versa, because that's the first set of people that they set to attack. When the men were trying to attack the trans movement and it did not work, they decided to use the lesbian woman to do so, and it did not work. And you can look at in history exactly what I'm talking about and stuff too. So I won't get into that. So I definitely saw that as a coy and a way to distract people when I saw that stud trying to attack that trans person. I was like, well, in all honesty, it is what it is, but I'm still like, damn, but why that experience? So why? I'm sure there was other women there that were that could have been just as vocal, but they didn't give a fuck, or they were just like, that's not really my business. But they were like, let me use this media opportunity to use this person. And that's what happened, girl. Second of all, going into people making trans a commercial thing. I'm a realist. And something that I noticed, because, I even made a TikTok, y'all. I've not been on TikTok in like probably a month now. And I made a TikTok just to go watch one of the people I loved and supported to be on there. And I have not been there in almost a month. I can't do it. I can't get past kids dancing on there. Like, I know people said adults get on it too, but I'm like, I first got introduced to TikTok with kids on there dancing to music videos and stuff, girl. I didn't see grown people on there. And now people are grown on there. It's like, y'all always trying to follow the kids. But anyway, that's my business. But there was people I knew, and we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it out. We're gonna call it how as it was. From my perspective, Chris Crocker was a guy who, cried about Britney Spears and stuff back in the day. Y'all remember him. And I actually, knew of Chris Crocker before Chris Crocker became Chris Crocker. There was that party line Chris Crocker used to get on, and Chris Crocker went by another name, and all the good stuff. And so before Chris Crocker became Chris Crocker, I knew of Chris Crocker, and we would do like Yahoo group chats and video chats and all that stuff. Anyway, I won't get into that. And so going from that, Chris Crocker became famous. And Chris Crocker would present as a crossdresser. And so I think if a paparazzi or somebody misgendered Chris Crocker, and by the way, I want to point this out too. There's always been Black actresses or actors who would crossdress, and they've always been misgendered, but they never made it a big deal, right? Because they're like, well, if I want to present as a woman, I'll go into being a woman. If I want to be presented as a man, I'll go into being a man. But I don't present as a woman. I'm just dressing up. It's okay if they call me, right? This is their logic. And I'm just assuming this, right? This is all alleged. But Chris Crocker actually told these people, like, bitch, I am transgender. And, don't ever call me he and him and all sort of stuff. Like, he let this be known. So either way, he then stopped dressing as a woman, stopped putting on makeup, and he became a porn star. He was making content on Twitter and stuff, right? And he was actually one of the first content creators to make it, right? And so he even won an Avian Award and stuff. And then mysteriously, after he got that accolade, and you can still see that porn online, he goes missing. And he's at home doing like cooking recipes and eating out and gaining all this weight, going from this in shape, Midwest, white guy porn star to being like this out of shape. You just tell there was a lot going on mentally with him in this video and stuff. And so long story short, he goes missing for a couple of months, maybe even a year or so, because I feel like this happened so quickly, and it's probably been at least the past 8 years. And he comes back as a woman. And I actually had a conversation with other people about this. In my honest opinion, I think that you transition for yourself. You do not transition for the world. And hold on. You transition for yourself. Okay, we're going to have to just let it play. You transition for yourself, but not the world. And so that whole idea of I transition, did I detransition, did I transition, did I detransition? That has everything to do with other people, not yourself. As myself, I come from a little small ass town that you rarely saw gay people in. You barely saw feminine man and masculine women in. I'm sure they had a lot of gays there, but these gays were DL. Even the ones who appeared to me as openly gay were down low gay men. And so for me, my mindset was to not let me, and I've had weird situations too. I've had weird situations too, by the way, girl. I won't get into that either, but I had some weird situations in the beginning. And so either way, I didn't that. My first thought was not, for my safety, I need to detransition. For my safety, I need to dress back as a boy. For my safety, I need to, that never crossed my mind. For my safety, I need to grab a weapon. For my safety, I need to get some mace. For my safety, I need to get a switchblade. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And so for me, when people are doing that detransitioning stuff, this is not really who they are, because for me, it was life or death. It was no playing in it. And so for me, that's where I'm at with that. So I'm like, you're right. I think that it is a commercial thing. I think a lot of people don't know what this is. I think a lot of people may feel effeminate because a lot of people don't know this, that there's a spectrum of transgenderism, and all gay people are on that spectrum. And I'm gonna say that again. Harry Benjamin Standard of Care, look that up. All LGBT people are on the transgender spectrum. What differentiates a transgender spectrum person from a transsexual is you actually start the hormones, you actually go through the surgical procedures, you change your gender mark, you change your name, you actually live the life as the woman that you are, and not just for the entertainment, what they call it, a moniker, because that's a moniker, Moniker. When publicly you're going by Delilah, publicly your pictures, you look like you got boobs and you're curvy and you're just this soft feminine girl that's been on hormones for years, but privately you're still Oscar. Privately, there's no surgery. Privately, you're still doing some shit. Privately, they still call you brother and uncle and stuff. That's a moniker. That is not a transsexual. So with that being said, we have now made it to where everybody who feels like a woman has to be a transgender. Everybody who feels like a woman has to transition. And that's what's going on. So it's definitely okay. And what I mean by the spectrum of transgenderism, the transgender is going through beyond what the gender norms are. So women don't get both, men don't get both ears pierced. Men don't wear thongs. Men all work out and get dirty in the mud. They play in the field. I mean, these are just all like gender roles that society put out there, of course. But that's what that is. So when it's anything outside of that, you are on that transgender spectrum. You do things that are very effeminate. You paint your nails. You wear bags. You put earrings on both ears. You talk with us. You roll your neck. Like all this is transgender spectrum. And so, like I said, they made it to where, well, what do we call them? Because they all cannot be trans. Now it's the I'm non-binary. And it's like, but technically everyone would be considered that. Technically. But you're not going to confuse people and use the word interchangeably. And I haven't had this discussion with someone a week ago where I was like, people use the word non-binary as if they use transvestism and non-binary interchangeably. It's not the same thing, but they use it to where you would think it's the same thing. Non-binary is identity, right? You don't feel like a man or woman, you just feel like yourself. When people start asking as a non-binary person, today, should I dress as a man or a woman? You're not non-binary. You're a transvestite. Transvestites are aware that they are male and they like to sometimes dress as a woman. They know that they are men or they know they are women, but they sometimes like to dress as the opposite sex. That's transvestites. That's transvestism. Non-binary is who you are. Today you might wake up and you want to dress like a man. Today you might wake up and you want to dress like a woman, but it's in that moment, in that expression. You might want to do that for a month. And then the next week you want to dress as a man again. But it's what you are wanting. You're not asking me or the public, hey, should I dress as a man or woman today? How are you feeling, babe? Because that'd be like me saying that my gender identity is a female, and I'm asking people, should I dress like a whore or should I dress like a soft cunt today? Like what? This is my gender expression. This is my identity. I don't need you to tell me how to dress and what to put on. So it's just like, oh girl, y'all can play with that all day long and make these people that have other things going on with them feel normal. That's your tea. In my honest opinion, I'm not fucking with no person who is transgender or gender identity disorder in any way, shape, or form who does not see a therapist. And I've said that. Baby, you could be online all day long, and that goes into another segue. Somebody said that there was a guy who dated a trans woman, and they broke up, and he decided to say he was a transgender online, and he came out and said that he was just pretending. I'm like, this is why you can't take everything that people say online serious. Like, I'm not going to sit here and call Lily Tino a woman. I'm not going to sit here and say our struggles are the same. Delvini, whatever the fuck his name is, I'm not taking that the same, sis. I never, before my transition, walked around untucked with leotards on and say it's an untucked month. Me being a trans woman, I never wanted to go around in public with my facial beard showing, acting and talking like a man with no titties, with a tank top on, and hi, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing great today, sir. Okay, no, excuse me, you're not gonna call me that. I'm a woman. Like, girl, wait, what? What woman act like that? That's still a man, honey. And there's no shade with that, as a trans person saying that. So it's like, for me, I'm not having no, oh girl, I'm gonna have respect for all people. And these be the same ones that will call you out your name. They'll call you a nigga when they're with their white counterpart. Heteros say, oh yeah, that's just and they'll say, so that's a black tranny. Oh, that's my Mexican friend. Oh, she's a wetback. Like, girl. Oh, I'm gonna have respect for them. Girl, bye. These people don't give a fuck about you, girl. They probably calling you he and them too. And don't let you be a girl who your voice is not that soft and cunt. They'll call you to your face, bro and shit. And so that whole, oh, I'm still gonna have respect for them. Excuse me? Bitch, if you think my voice is manly and you know that I'm trans like you're trans, at that point, girl, you lose my respect. So, bitch, ain't no respectfully she, and her, and all that. At this point, girl, you're a he as well. Because you think you're a he, and that's why you're comparing me to your he-ness. Everything is a reflection of ourselves. You're clocking my voice and saying my voice is not that fishy, or I don't look that cunt, because you don't think you look that cunt. You don't think you look cunt? So you want to point out my uncuntness? And that's what, so baby, you're not a sister to me no more. Now you're it, you're they, you're them. And that's it. So it's like, for me, we've enabled this type of behavior. And when people who are not like us call it out, it's a problem. It's kind of like using the N-word. We can all call each other the N-word, but when a white person call it, oh no, but he's being racist. You're being racist too, though, babe. And then the stupid people, no, we taking our power back. But why? But why use their ignorant word to take your power back? Because words have power. So if I don't like the word nigga, I'm not calling you that. I don't call my friends nigga. And I got black friends. I don't call my family members nigga. Never did. Because I don't like that word. I don't call my lesbian friends dyke because I don't like that word. I don't call my gay friends faggots because I don't like that word. So in my mind, I'm like, girl, you're not going to use a word against me that I don't use. You're not using a word against me that I like. And because you called us that in a hateful way, I'm not using that word to take back my power. My power is talking to these people respectfully because you're not a faggot first. You're not a tranny first. You're not a nigga in a wig first. You're not a dyke first. You're a mother, you're a father, you're a sister, you're a daughter. You're a teacher, you're an author. You're a doctor, you're a lawyer. That's who you are first. You're not tranny first. And that should be killing me. Oh, I'm transgender first. No, you're not. I'm black first. No, you're not. That's what you think you are. And that's what they told you you are. They told you you're that first. They told you you're a nigga first. That's why they separated you at those waterfronts. They told you that you're a tranny first. That's why they don't treat you right and they keep you outside. So you own the word and they give it back to you. And that's how that works. But you're not gonna take power from me. You're not going to disrespect me and make me feel anything outside of myself. And I always said I will stand on that. So for me, that's where it's been. It's always been a commercial thing. It's always been, today I'm going to transition. And it's like, you can do that by yourself, though. If you're coming out to people like family and friends that you trust to get guidance, do so. But I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to do a, what do you call it? I'm going to do a, what do you call that? I'm going to do a journey, a come along with me journey So you're gonna see me before I transition, and you're gonna see me after. Girl, we all don't do that. We all didn't do that. I didn't transition publicly, and I was on the internet while I was going through my tea. I've been on the internet since I was 14 years old, and we can even say 13. I've been online. Bitch, I went out here posting pictures and this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm giving. Like, girl, I did my thing, and that's it. But it's the viral thing for me. And this is why everything's so commercial. And I'm not trans, I'm non-binary. And I'm different from you all. And we're not the same. And it's just like, I understand that too. But it's like, so when you date a man, do you date them? Like, if you're non-binary, that means you also are into man and woman. That means you're also a pansexual, if you're really a non-binary. Because if you're really non-binary, you can see yourself as the woman that this man needs, and you see yourself as the man that this woman needs. But if you're non-binary, you're only into man, but you were born male by birth, or should I say you have a penis as the genitalia, something is a little off there. There's a little confliction there. There's something going on. There's an inner battle. Yeah, if you're non-binary and you're born with a vagina, and like I said, you're only into, other women, or possibly gay man, you're not into straight men, it's like, I think that's more than just a gender thing. I think there's something else going on there. I think there's some other inner afflictions going on. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's your business. I'm not judging people. But when you throw your business at me, I have a right to judge it. When you're out here flaunting and look at my pussy and girl, I can talk about how stinky it is. Can we talk about it? You can hello? You out here showing me your botched work and I'm calling it botched, and you're like, ooh, this bitch is a hater. I'm not a hater, baby. It's botched. You're letting me see what you're giving. And that's how I would say, girl, fuck the dumb shit. You come out and you're dressed like a stuck-up bitch, and they call you stuck-up. Why would you be mad at that? Oh, I'm just being myself. That's fine. Jesus was just being himself, and he was crucified. Hello? That's fine. Malcolm X being himself, and he was taken out as well. That's fine, be yourself, but expect people to react to how you're presenting yourself. So no, you can't please everybody, but at least, like I said, be mindful of how other people are going to perceive you. And you can't get mad if they perceive you differently from what you think you're perceiving as, because we have our reality, and they have their reality. Bitch, I'm thinking I'm coming out looking like a boss, and they're like, girl, you look like you're trying too hard. Why would I get upset about that and be offended by that? Or I'm thinking I'm looking fishy and passable, and they're like, no, baby, you still look clockable. Why would I be upset at that? Like, girl, I mean, that's what I'm giving. Like, I'm giving you clockable, suspicious activity. You're going to call it out, and I expect you to call it out. Anyway, that's it for me, honey. I really got to go. Come on, Earthly Hearts. I got to go. I'm trying to change my profile. Change it, honey. Ow! Come on in here, Jay. It says, well, hold on. It says, say this shit in my falsetto voice, but I'm speaking truth. No false puss are ever smoked on a joint. I know that's right, honey. I don't play that, honey. Jay, I don't play that, honey. When you right, you're right. You're wrong, you're wrong. We are. And that'd be another thing too, honey. Everybody be trying to bully everybody into being themselves. Like, you want us to support you for being individual, but you're upset that people are having their individual mind. And yeah, but I don't support that. So you bought an album? Like, the ones that really should be mad at Nicki Minaj and these other people are people that bought the albums. You didn't buy the album, girl. Who gives a fuck that Nicki Minaj don't support you? You don't support her. The fuck? You didn't buy no Nicki album. You played that shit, but you didn't buy it. The fuck? Nicki don't give a fuck about that. You didn't put no food in her table. That'd be your problem. But why is Donald so worried about the trans girls? He could just worry about what he got going on. That's the same thing I say too. Why worried about if Nicki Minaj and these people don't really care for you? Honey, your own mama don't like you. Honey, your own mama still come around you and call you Oscar. Honey, when you come around, they tell you don't dress up as a woman. And you still go over there. The fuck? I ain't going over there, and I'm not calling you neither. I don't give a fuck what you knew me as. Bitch, I knew you most of your life as Mario. And bitch, okay. But I haven't been Mario in so many years. That's fine, but that's how I knew you guys. So I'm gonna always call you that. Girl, respectfully, I'm not coming around. Respectfully, I'm not going around. That whole, yeah, but they knew me as that. Okay, well, good for you, good for them. So the psychology is a little off. The psychological barriers are a little off. That makes sense. So what is good for the goose is not good for the gander with you. The same way we hold Nikki accountable, we need to hold other trans people accountable. Go knock down those doors. If a transgender is out here exposing these men for dating them and you consider yourself a woman, do videos about them. Go cuss their ass out in the comment section. Not a heterosexual woman who has a kid that's concerned that their kids might get turned out. Hello? Hello? Go knock on the doors of the trans that you know that are not representing you in good light while you're worrying about a bitch who don't know you, who's not trans, so she don't know anything about that trans experience, and she's speaking her mind. I'm telling you, honey. People these days, girl, I don't know what to say outside of, honey, get some brain cells. Get some good right. We thought the weed would help people, and the weed ain't working. You want some food? We thought the weed, we thought the alcohol, we thought the nicotine, and I guess ain't none of that helping, honey. I'm like, I thought the people said they be smoking weed and drinking and smoking cigarettes and shit to reduce their stress. How are y'all still smoking and drinking and y'all still stressed? That does not make sense to me. That does not make sense, girl. Y'all wasting y'all money, honey. Get that money back. Y'all wasting y'all money. Get your money back for the weed man. Get your money back for that weed man, girl. Y'all wasting y'all money, honey. Because I'm like, damn, girl, if it ain't bringing me peace, I don't want it. I don't want it, girl. If the cigarettes ain't calming me down, I don't want it. If the weed ain't calming me down, I don't want it. I don't want nothing that's not giving me what I need. So I'm like, at this point, girl, get your money back. Get your money back, girl. Tell the weed man that you want your money back. Tell the vape shop you want your money back. Cause it's like, damn, girl, I don't stress out like that. But y'all motherfuckers be trying to have me stressed out. Like, girl, what's going on? Okay. Anyway, go off. Ooh, let me finally go. I gotta finally go get my shit together, you know what I mean? Ooh. You know what I mean? I gotta go be an adult. Tony Bright said be a man about it. I gotta go be an adult about it. Just be a adult about it. Woo! Come on, baby, have your knee. Hey, just be an adult about it. Hey. Yes, honey. Why are you over there on the phone? Talking about the girl not at home. Hey. Hey, but you say you over there with a friend. Hey. Let me go, y'all. Good thing Urzuli Hearts and Woman King Sheba. What you gonna change your name to? What you gonna change your name to, honey? Woman King Sheba. What you gonna change your name to? What you gonna change? What you gonna change? What you gonna change your name to? What you gonna change? What you gonna change? What you gonna change your name to? What you gonna change? What you gonna change? Jay Sheba, okay. Oh, they playing with you. They're playing with you, Kiba. Sheba, they playing with you. Unless, is this a new account? Is that what's going on? It's the new account? Because I'm like, wasn't the name on here before? Why are you over there on the phone? Talk about that you're not at home. Hey, what you say you over there with a friend? Anybody go? Let me go. Love and light. I gotta go off my babies right now. They gotta go out and get some. They gotta go get the wall. And the turtles are hungry. I saw the bitch trying to climb out the damn tank. I'm like, girl, don't you, girl, don't you climb out that tank, girl, Miss Thing. Hey, don't you go up there. No, 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 no. How you gonna get down? Anubis think he's a fucking cat. How you gonna get down? How you gonna get down up there, baby? No, I have had it. In my account, tripping the handle was different. Okay. The handle was different. Okay. Yeah, they be playing. They be playing, honey. You should be playing. Well, anyway, I will be back. January 18th is approaching, y'all. We have that event, honey. And this is the opener of the year. After this whole little tea, y'all, I'm gonna be, doing things a little different around here. And see where it goes, see how it happens, honey. That's 2026, girl. Oh, I'm like, what is that noise? 2026, honey. We got our this is the year. Other people sinking, honey. Other people sinking and they want to sink. Not they're thinking because they not that they're thinking and they don't want to think. They're thinking and they want to sink. You want to think, honey. That's your problem. You want to think. You know what I mean? And if you want to think, I can't save you. You don't want to be saved. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now. Okay? Love and light, and I will see y'all again soon.